Let's begin by getting you all the updates coming in from Bengal on that horrifying minor rape case that's been reported. And in what comes as a huge setback to Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, the Calcutta High Court has transferred the case, the rape and murder case of a 14-year-old girl, to the Central Bureau of Investigation. While transferring the case to the central agency, the court in its order said a fair probe into the matter is needed to instill confidence in the victim's family, and that's why the CBI should take over the case. Meanwhile, a two-member team of the National Child Rights Body will be visiting the family of the minor girl. West Bengal Governor Jagdeep Dhankar has also stepped in here. He summoned the Chief Secretary as well as the DGP of the West Bengal Police to provide a report to him on exactly what happened on this incident. This particular case has shocked the entire nation. A 14-year-old girl had attended the birthday party of a local TMC leader. This has happened on April 5th, where she was allegedly raped and then murdered. The victim's family has accused the TMC leader's son, Braj Gopal, of raping the minor. A massive political war erupted when Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was asked about this and raised questions over the alleged rape. She asked, was it a rape or a love affair, or whether the victim was pregnant. The BJP has demanded justice for the deceased and has also pinned the blame on the TMC for shielding the accused.
A horrifying gang rape and murder of a 14-year-old in Bengal's Nadia. A teenager raped and murdered when she attended the birthday party of TMC Neta, killed allegedly by the TMC leader's son. An incident that's numbed the nation, but not the CM of the state. Listen to how Mamata Banerjee trivialized the rape and murder of this young girl, resorting to questioning the victim.
কেউ কারোর সাথে প্রেম করে সেটা আমার আটকানো আমার পক্ষে সম্ভব নয়। এটা ইউপি নয় যে লাভ জিহাদ নিয়ে আমি প্রোগ্রাম শুরু করব।
A woman CM questioning if this is a rape or a love affair. Questioning if the girl was pregnant.
অ্যাকচুয়াল রেপ হয়েছে না প্রেগন্যান্ট ছিল বা অন্য কোনো কারণ হয়েছে নাকি কেউ ধরে ধরে চড় মেরেছে, শরীরটা খারাপ হয়েছে, লাভ অ্যাফেয়ার্স তো ছিলই। এখন যদি কোনো ছেলে মেয়ে কেউ কারোর সাথে প্রেম করে সেটা আমার আটকানো আমার পক্ষে সম্ভব নয়। এটা ইউপি নয় যে লাভ জিহাদ নিয়ে আমি প্রোগ্রাম শুরু করব।
Imagine the plight of the victim's family. How can they ever hope for justice when the CM casts aspersions?
না না, আমার মেয়ের বয়স 14 বছর, এই যে 14 বছর চলতেছে। কি বলবো, যেটা বলার দরকার আমি থানায় বলেছি যে আমার মেয়ে যাই যা হয়েছে সম্পূর্ণ ডিক্লেয়ার আমি থানায় আমি সব কিছু বলিয়েছি।
The BJP also lashed out at Mamata for her insensitive comments. The Saffron Party claims the TMC is attempting to shield the accused.
आपको कौन हक देता है कि उसका अगर लव अफेयर है तो किसी का हक है उसको गैंगरेप करना? इसमें भी हम लोग को सीबीआई इन्वेस्टिगेशन चाहिए, क्योंकि ये उनका माता पिता का जो फोन है वो भी पुलिस छीन लिया है।
তা দাহ হয়ে গেল, উনি ওই নাবালিকাটি প্রেগনেন্ট ছিল, লাভ অ্যাফেয়ার্স ছিল, এগুলো মুখ্যমন্ত্রী জানলেন কোথায়? দাহটাকে আটকালেন না কেন পুলিশ দিয়ে? পোস্টমর্টমটা হলো না কেন?
The TMC is now attempting damage control after widespread outrage over Mamata's remarks. The party rubbished all the charges of a cover-up, highlighting that the TMC leader's son has been arrested.
पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है। जो प्राइम अक्यूज्ड है वो ऑलरेडी 24 घंटे के अंदर अरेस्ट हो चुका है। प्राइम अक्यूज्ड के बयान के मुताबिक और एक उनका फ्रेंड आई थिंक इन्वॉल्व था, वो कल रात वो भी अरेस्ट हो गया, वो आज रिमांड में आएगा।
It's a script we are uncomfortably familiar with, of a rape victim being blamed for her predicament and her character assassinated. The victim's family is now left fighting a lone battle for justice. With Ritik Mondal in Nadia, Bureau Report, India Today.
Tomorrow will be 50 days of this war in Ukraine, and it doesn't seem to be coming to an end. Russian President Vladimir Putin, in fact, said quite the opposite, that the peace talks with Ukraine has now hit a dead end. Putin said that Moscow would achieve all of its aims in Ukraine and will continue its war until their goals are met. The Russian president called Ukraine's Bucha war massacre claims as fake and said that Kyiv's claims on Bucha derailed the peace talks. Putin attacked the West and its allies and said no one can isolate Russia in this modern world. Now, his comments came at a time when Russia has reassessed its war goals. It is now focusing completely on eastern Ukraine. The port city of Mariupol is bracing for the last intense battle. Ukrainian President Zelensky has claimed thousands have been killed in the port city due to heavy Russian shelling. Eastern Ukraine, that's the Donbas region, has now become Putin's center of war. The governor of Luhansk claimed that 400 civilians have died near the front line in eastern Ukraine since the Russian invasion.
Такая общий настрой, антироссийская истерика, она дает о себе знать. Но время все расставит на свои места. Уверяю вас, когда люди сталкиваются с ростом цен на бензин, на продукты питания, на рост инфляции, беспрецедентный рост инфляции, беспрецедентный, это будет отражаться на внутриполитических процессах. Они очень хотели, чтобы все, что происходит, отразилось на внутриполитических процессах Российской Федерации. Они всегда просчитываются, не понимая, что в сложных условиях российский народ, русский народ всегда сплачивается. Объединили для этого научно-промышленный потенциал России и ведущих предприятий Белоруссии, которые всегда славились еще с советских времен своими компетенциями в производстве высокоточного оборудования сложнейших оптоэлектронных и радиотехнических систем.
We've been ensuring that we get you first-hand accounts of exactly what's happening on ground in Ukraine. Rajesh Pawar, who's been reporting for us here on India Today from day one of the situation, gets you the next report from Dmitrievka. This is a village in the Chernihiv region of Ukraine, close to Kyiv again. Rajesh is in conversation with a businessman who runs a service station for cars. His entire establishment demolished by Russian troops. Here's that report.
Russia continues its relentless attacks in Ukraine. And while Russian troops are now positioned in south and east Ukraine, they've left nothing but ruins behind in their wake in the suburbs of capital Kyiv. Days after Russia's withdrawal from parts of Kyiv, the scale of destruction is coming to the fore.
I'm right now in the small town of Stoyanka, which is about 30 kilometers from Kyiv, and behind me you can see a supermarket which has been completely devastated, completely destroyed in a missile attack from Russian forces.
We visited Dmitrievka, which is 30 kilometers from Kyiv. Several armored vehicles lie completely destroyed.
This is the third tank and armored personnel carrier we have seen on the way from Kyiv to Dmitrievka, and you see how it has been damaged. Totally badly damaged, totally burnt out from inside, and probably there were 8 to 10 people inside when this armored personnel carrier was hit and destroyed. And the number of cartridges lying here, look, the fired cartridges of machine guns are lying all around. On top also, if you see, that is a gun, main gun of the armored personnel carrier, and near that you see the number of fired cartridges lying everywhere. This gives an indication, this is a proof that people inside this fought before they finally got destroyed. They fought, they gave a tough fight to people, and finally anti-guided weapon was fired at them, which destroyed the whole thing totally.
There are telltale signs in the region of the fierce battle between Russian and Ukrainian troops.
Many tanks and APCs are lying destroyed here. This is like a graveyard of tanks and APCs, this area. And this road goes to Kyiv, Irpin, and then to Kyiv. The northwest axis we have all the time been talking about during the war. And this is where the Russians got stalled on the northwest axis, where they could not penetrate ahead. Otherwise, they would have reached Kyiv city.
Innocent civilians continue to face the wrath of Putin's troops. Businesses, property and lives continue to remain crippled.
I am in the village of Dmitrievka, and behind me is business of this man. Before war, it was a flourishing business. It was an oil change or a service station for the cars. What is it? Sergei. It was a car station. It was a service station for changing oil Change oil, діагностика, ремонт, також ремонт is repair, change oil, little bit taking care of the cars, yes? Okay. And where is your house? Дома. Где тебе дома? Мій дім знаходиться в Дмитрівці. Same, in the same village. He lives in the same village and it was his business.
Russia has deployed all their war machines in Ukraine, which were till days back all directed towards Kyiv.
You see this pin and you see this. From there you set the range. You align this with this and to the target. This is how you fire this kind of disposable rocket launcher. It is so easy to learn. Align two things with a target and you just pull the trigger, and that's how you can aim and learn how to use this weapon. This is a Russian disposable rocket launcher which they have used extensively against Ukrainian targets. You see the markings here. This is all Russian markings, and this weapon has been used extensively by the Russian forces against Ukrainian tanks, armored personnel carriers, vehicles, and also to damage the concrete roadblocks which Ukrainians had put all over this road. This is Rajesh Pawar for India Today.